So, you've just bought your first car, or whether it's a BMW, it doesn't matter, and you want to spruce up the interior a bit. This is the video for you. One of the first things that I advise people to do is, as you can see from standard, these interiors on cars like this anyway are quite basic in that everything's either black or grey and it's a tiny bit dull. Now what I've decided to do, and whether you can go blue, red, yellow, green, it's entirely up to you, I like to put a bit of colour on the interior. As you can see over here, I've done so on the M1 and M2 buttons to just brighten things up, and it matches my start stop button, which is just down there. Now whether your car's a manual or an auto, certain things I notice is that the gear lever or the paddles tend to be quite cheap and quite tatty. Now people could turn around and say that these MMR paddles are quite tatty, but I feel like it kind of raises the interior a tad and gives you something more, I don't know, premium to click on. I don't really know why, but a lot of manufacturers tend to skimp out on their shifters or their knobs. So yeah, if you can get a better knob, go for it, and if you can get something better to click on and grip on, then why not? Steady now. Now something that people fail to mention is this, a dash cam. Now I know it's not really a mod, but at the end of the day, if you are not being an idiot, this is something you want in your car at all times. Number one, if somebody hits you, you've got it on camera. And number two, there are some that have features such as, I think they call it overnight mode, which means that it has a separate battery pack, so that way at all times it's running. And some of them even have a motion sensor, so if it notices that you've had an accident or a strong hit, it saves that footage. Or if somebody hits your car while it's parked, it then saves that bit of footage as well, whether it's the 10 seconds before or 20 seconds before. It's entirely up to you, but a dash cam should definitely be on your list. It's very dark in here, but I am pointing to a dash cam. There it is, lovely. Now something that might not be everybody's cup of tea is the carbon fibers. Now this actually comes with all of this stuff where I'm pointing, the middle bit and the dash bit, as standard, but you can go aftermarket or OEM plus in this case with a company I use called GW Composites, and they actually carbon fiber your original parts. So you pop your parts out, you send it over. This video sounds quite savage, but yeah, pop out your parts, you send it over, he skins it, easy now, and he carbon fibers it and sends it back, so you're getting OEM quality parts, no fitment issues, nothing like that. And that is an option, but I feel carbon fiber doesn't work on every car, but it definitely does work on this, because again, it comes as standard, so why not? Another mod that I highly recommend is Apple CarPlay. You can get some Android boxes and whatnot if your car doesn't support it natively or from standard. However, something to note is that those Android boxes don't really work the best when calling. Off the bat, they work when it comes to Waze and Google Maps and things like that, but when you do have a phone call where it doesn't use the native system, the microphone is quite bad. There's times when I've had a conversation with somebody and there's almost like a 3 to 5 second delay, which isn't great. So again, there are companies that do supply these boxes, but I would recommend Define Coding, because he did it on mine. BMW genius, coding, you name it, he's got it all in stock and he can get it done. Definitely go for CarPlay. You don't use your phone, it gets rid of those ugly mounts that you have on your dash that just cheapen your interior, and it just looks lovely. And last but not by any means least is using a bit of Alcantara. Now I know it's again debatable car to car, but it really does give the car a premium feel. On my M2, this part here was in Alcantara and it's not on mine, and the door does look a bit cheap and a bit old, but as you can see on my seats, I've got Alcantara in the middle, and again it just makes the seat feel a lot more premium. Also got this center console wrapped, because that is an option from VPEX trims, who I'm probably going to see one of these days, because I don't know whether the steering wheel needs some life, but he did this for me. This comes as standard leather and he's wrapped it in Alcantara, and again it just looks spot on. And when you do use an OEM part and get it rewrapped in Alcantara, you just know that the fitment's going to be bang on. Again, you can see this Alcantara in the middle here, and the steering wheel is Alcantara as well. But let me show you the steering wheel, because it's not in the best condition. So, as I was... Hold on a minute.
Tim, you've ruined the wheel.
Yeah, I have.
You've been eating in the car.
McDonald's, mate.
Yeah.
French fries, large.
What do we not do?
We don't eat McDonald's in the car. So as mentioned, guys, we are at VPEX Trims. VPEX himself is here, obviously dismantling the wheel. But as you can see, we have got stock of some lovely wheels. I don't want to disrupt them too much, so I'm leaving to focus, but this is a flat bottom steering wheel, BMW. We've got a lovely leather and Alcantara over here. We've got full Alcantara, and this is for F40, so that's the new M135i. And on the topic of standard, we no longer just have a standard 12 o'clock stripe. We now have perforated, listen to the P, perforated stripes. Lovely. You can see the man's busy, so I'm not going to distract you too much. But anyways, how are you doing?
I'm doing very good.
Busy as usual.
Always.
Yeah, I've just mentioned that you are doing a perforated stripe. It's not just white. Again, I've gone for white on my car because the little bit over here is silver, so I think white's going to be the best bet. But there are a few other colours that we can overlay. Is the turnaround still the same?
Turnaround's pretty quick as well. It's still
Wicked.
the same. It's still similar to the normal stripes. It would just be an extra day because it needs a bit more time to set.
Of course.
And that's it, yeah.
And while we're touching on Alcantara, excuse the fun, touching, hey, are you doing some other bits as well? I've heard you're doing some interior bits soon.
So I will start showing parts of seats being done. I'm currently in the middle of doing a full interior at the moment. So as soon as I start putting things on my Instagram, that's what I'm able to do. But at the moment, I am looking into doing seats, seat inserts for bucket seats.
Oh yeah.
So plenty going on here.
Lovely. But as usual, guys, he is very busy, and I don't know whether you've noticed, it's probably been about 1 minute. He's already dismantled the wheel and already put it back together. This I have had to do recently because a mate of mine wanted to upgrade his paddles and he bought a new wheel. And I did it, but it took me about 3 to 4 hours. This man's done it in about 5 minutes, if that. So yeah, as you can see, a huge shout out to VPEX Trims. Again, get in touch. It's a huge difference. I didn't think it'd make as much of a difference as it does, but having that there just really brings up the premium off the interior. And like I said, this isn't just on your BMWs, Audi, Porsches, BMWs. I think I've already said BMW, but I'm so excited, as you can tell. But yeah, it's definitely what you want to do. So guys, that has been the best BMW mods for your interior. Again, I touched on the Alcantara inserts that obviously VPEX will be doing at some point, but another interior mod that I didn't mention is maybe seats, but it's in a totally different bracket depending on how much money you want to spend. Get in touch with that absolute legend in there if you do want a steering wheel or any Alcantara bits done, and he'll be more than happy to sort you out. So yes guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see all of you in the next one. Take care and God bless.